You gotta check this out. Roll down your window, Joey. That's just ice. It's got something weird, funky's going on. You want me to try to drift a plow truck? Okay. I'm going to jump in here because some stories I just can't make up, and this one is 100% true. But I got fired over $2 an hour. I was a subcontractor, and I'd been snow plowing for this company that considered themselves to be extremely reliable when it comes to snow plowing. So as a subcontractor, I wanted to live every bit up to that I possibly could. So when it came to snow plowing, at the end of my shift, every single time I would call into my area manager and go, hey, how's all of your other crews doing? Not just how we did, but how is the guys that I have absolutely nothing connected with doing, understanding that my area manager is still has responsible for all of those properties. And if there's something that I can do to help make his job easier, well, I think teamwork goes a long way. I did that for 5 years. And after 5 years of this, I'd never gotten a single raise. And I decided I'd been giving my guys raises every single year like clockwork, because I figured good teammates, they're worth the extra money. But after 5 years of me absorbing all the costs, I figured, well, let's go into the head office and meet with the guy that sees over the entire company. Oh, and hey, while I'm here, just by sheer coincidence, I happen to have a new neighbor. And he works for a company that seems to be very reliable. Now, I'm not going to say that that's the exact same company, just an interesting coincidence. Could it be that that's the company I'm talking about? I'm not saying that at all. That could be a different company that's very reliable. So I walk into the main office with the head guy, and I was actually told, hey, be a little bit careful. And I don't want to piss you guys off, but I'm going to tell you straight up what I was told. He's a shorter guy and he's got an attitude. I'm like, well, I've done good work for 5 years. What do I care? Now, I'd been giving out all the raises and never had gotten a single raise from this company in 5 years. So this was my very first time asking. And the guy looked at me without missing a beat. And he says, well, Stan, just doesn't look like it's going to work out anymore. And I stopped and I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? And he's like, well, we're just not going to need your services anymore. And he fired me right then and there. We didn't negotiate back and forth. I just said, hey, I just want to get a $2 an hour raise so I can give it directly to all of the guys that have been on my team for the last 5 years that have worked 2 or 3 days instead of being home, instead of going to do what they want to do. You want to talk about power trips? I can't make this up. This is the same guy that on New Year's Eve, it was not snowing, but snow was forecast. And he told us, my entire crew, that we had to be out on the account at 11:45 p.m., 15 minutes before the ball dropped. And I said, look, these guys just want to kiss their girlfriends, hug their wives, whatever. Can we just make it 12:15 so when the ball drops, they can welcome in the new year with their significant others? It was an absolute no-go. So me and a bunch of other guys stood around. It wasn't even snowing. We stood around at 11:45 at night, looking at each other on bare pavement just like this. The Happy New Year. That's the power trip that this guy had. Am I in his way? I can't make these stories up. So if you're ever in the Twin Cities area and you want to go subcontract for a company that's very reliable, just make sure it's not ran by a short guy. Monkey, why don't you have a pusher on that TLB? I heard like 3 of you say that right now. And the reason is we're solely using this machine at this point just to pile up all of the frozen chunks of ice and snow that we're scraping off from this lot. We don't want to put any undue stress or damage on those Arctics and that puck system, so we just pop it off real quick and just use the bucket to scratch and scrape and push everything where it's got to go. Alright, Zach, Tim and I are going to head over to the next lot. We're going to leave the touch-up work for you. He's leaving some of that over there for you to push up right there too. And then just take a spin through the parking lot. And if we missed anything, just address it before you head out. We just want to make sure that we put a ribbon on this lot saying that it's pretty much done before we move on.
Alright, so you want me to go through, clean off all the curbs and stuff?
If you see anything that needs to be touched up, go for it, yeah.
Alright.
That'd be perfect.
Just basically treat it as a final cleanup, or?
Treat it as a final cleanup. Yeah, yep. Then we'll see you on the next lot.
Alright.
Cool beans. You know, it's not, when you come to snow plowing, it's not about running the equipment. That you gotta know. But what really sets a good operator apart is knowing the pattern and dialing that pattern in so that it's just boom, boom, boom. That's the biggest key. And if I can teach these guys like Zach, really get that pattern dialed in, it turns a good equipment operator into a fantastic snowplow operator, because you take good skills and combine it with a knowledge of the pattern and you produce something completely different. Yeah, you know, Zach, I'm kind of training him into the next level, right?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, he runs equipment.
Yeah.
But understanding
what to do with it?
Understanding the pattern, I want to dial that in so that we got just somebody that knows how to prep for the loaders to come in, prep for the trucks to come in, and then also move right into it. And the dude picked up on it immediately.
Nice.
Like, I was like, all right, so if you're gonna prep this lot for a loader, he's like, yeah, you drag out this corner and you drag out that corner, and he's like, but you wouldn't drag out the rest of this because the loader would be more efficient to get it. And I'm like, yep. And then I said, but if you're all done prepping, he's like, well, then you'd go right into a full push and you'd grab the snow and you'd put it where it finally got. And I'm like,
rather than just leaving it all and going on to the next place.
Yeah, How many times have we had guys do that?
All the time.
Yeah, they don't understand it. It's like, no, just
There's no one there to help you. You got to do it yourself.
finish it up. Yeah, it's not going to magically
It
get to
doesn't-
where it has to go.
Stand up and walk away.
Yeah. So Joey's getting to be a decent equipment operator. But let's go into the next lot with him and let's talk about the pattern with him. Okay, so Alex has been telling me you're getting to be a good equipment operator, which means now we've got to teach you how to understand the pattern of a parking lot, right?
Okay.
The first couple times we wanted just you to get comfortable with just operating, just
Right.
being in a piece of equipment when it's snow is falling down and you don't have the best, lighting and the best visibility in the equipment, and you're just fighting. But now that you seem to be getting comfortable with how a piece of equipment is controlled, we've got to get you to understand how to recognize the pattern on a parking lot. This is a great example. Let's take a look at this. So he's got a pickup truck, and it's not as easy for him to get into these. Now watch it, it's super slick, dude. It's not as easy for him to come in and grab these corners. So what you would do is you would take one swipe, two swipes, get these corners backed away, get that corner backed away, and then a truck can come in here and wing out without pushing snow up over the corners. Makes sense, right?
Yep.
Okay. If it doesn't, just stop me and let me know, because I don't want to lose you on this, because the pattern now, since you've got the comfort level down with the equipment, the pattern is actually the next most important thing. You're careful, you're cautious, but your speed is getting up. That's huge.
Yep.
Dude, you're not slamming and banging, you're not trying to impress anybody, you're just trying to be safe, dude. Seriously, that is so important, and that I can't tell you appreciate enough. Now if you get that pattern down, you become priceless.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Cool beans. Raining. How does that work? Because the temp out is like 3 degrees. Oh, I don't know. I was just saying it's raining right now while we're snow plowing. How does that work? Because it's like 3 degrees out.
Oh, what's funny is I actually got a lightning strike on my phone.
I can't keep up. You just wanted to make me run, didn't you? Look for the least slickery spot to run. That's like pure ice under there. I'm gonna fall and break a hip. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, there he goes.
You gotta check this out. Roll down your window, Joey. That's just ice. Here, roll it back up. You can see the window, and it's just ice. Just solid ice. We were just laughing about it because he rolled it down. Yeah, this is his passenger back window. Oh, just a sheet of ice.
Not deep. It's just crunchy. That's our snow. Whoa! Oh, you know it's slick when you can get that, when you can do that on asphalt. So long story short, getting fired was legitimately the best thing that could have ever happened to me. In fact, right after I left that company, I went right over to the company that I work for right now today, which is Interstate. And what a phenomenal organization. I'm actually seriously glad it happened, because these guys have been the best thing that have happened for me for subcontracting. Just the communication has been phenomenal. I love their accounts. They got these massive giant accounts, so my entire team can go in one spot. The way they run things is just way better than any other organization that I've seen, because they just have everything dialed in with their routes and all of it. And no, they're not paying me to say this. They don't even know I'm saying this. So I'm just telling you guys, if you are a subcontractor, you don't have to settle. Contractors will take advantage of you. I can guarantee you they will take advantage of you, because I've had more than one try to do it. Now, today's story, I can tell you more stories just like that. So if you want to hear more of the battle scars and the things, the lessons learned along the way, I would love to share that with you guys. But that's all we've got for you for this video. God bless you guys. I want to hear your stories in the comments down below, and go get them, you guys. We'll catch you on another one.